Hello everyone. Today I will explain about the solution of exercise 10 ISLM model. Let's get started with the first question. The ISLM model is a general equilibrium model, which means that there is a price that clears two or more markets, which are good and service market and money market. The price that clears these markets is interest rate. The IS curve represents a negative relationship between output with each y and interest rate, which is I. This is because when I is high, it's discouraged investment leading to lower output. Each point on the IS curve is an equilibrium in the good and service market. Therefore, it satisfies the equilibrium condition, which is Y equal to PAE equal to consumption plus investment plus government spending. And the LM curve represents a positive relationship between output, which is Y, and interest rate, which is I. This is because when people earn more money, Y is increased, they will demand more liquidity and lead to the interest rate increase. Each point on the LM curve is an equilibrium in the money market. Therefore, it satisfies the equilibrium condition, which is money supply equal to money demand. Next question, explain together with diagram how the IS curve is derived from the Keynesian cross and how the LM curve is derived from the money market. First, the IS derived from the Keynesian cross. Suppose the interest rate fall. A lower interest rate stimulates investment. Since the investment is a component of PAE, the PAE curve shifts upward. This shift leads to a new equilibrium where output Y increase. Therefore, a lower interest rate results in a higher equilibrium in output, which is the negative relationship between interest rate and Y. So next, the LM derived from the money market. When the people earn more money, they will demand more liquidity, which is money demand increase, leads to the interest rate increase. And the money demand curve is shift to the right. And it is the positive relationship between interest rate and Y. Next question, how does each variable affect each curve? Shift to which direction or movement? So first, interest rate increase is affect both the IS and LM curve to be the movement along the curve. So next, the government spending decrease its effect on the aggregate expenditure to be decreased. So it affect only the IS curve to shift to the left. Next, tax decrease. Tax decrease it lead to the aggregate expenditure to be increased. So when aggregate expenditure increase, it shifts IS curve to the right. So next, government and tax increase equally. When government spending and tax rise equally, output increase because the rise in government spending fully boosts the demand, and while the tax increase only partially reduce some consumption, it is called the balanced budget multiplier. So as a result, the IS curve shift to the right, showing the higher demand at every interest rate, and while the LM curve stay the same. So next, when the money in the economy is decreased, it shifts the LM curve to the left. So next, when price level decrease, its effect on the LM curve to shift to the right. And lastly, financial innovation. Uh, it refers to the money demand is decreased, so the LM curve shift to the right. Next, assume a closest economy with the government has the following parameters. So answer the following question. A. What are the I subscript to small I and L subscript to Y and L subscript to small I? So first, I subscript to small I. It is the sensitivity of investment to change in interest rate. Next, L subscript to Y. It is the sensitivity of real money demand to change in Y. Lastly, L subscript to small I, it is the sensitivity of real money demand to change in interest rate. Next, B, why do I subscript to small I and L subscript to small I have negative signs before them? Uh, I will explain that I subscribe to I, which is the sensitivity of investment to change in interest rate, is negative because higher interest rate lead to discourage in investment. And next, I'll subscribe to small I, which is the sensitivity of real money demand to change in interest rate, is negative because higher interest rate lead to people demand less money in economy. Now, C derive the IS equation that show how I and Y are related. So it gives you some hint that start with equation condition with Y equal to aggregate expenditure and then substitute relevant variables into the expression. Lastly, rearrange I to the left hand side and everything else on the right hand side. So let's get started with the IS curve, which is y equal to PAE. So it is y equal to C plus I plus G. So it gives you some information that C is equal to this one and I and G. So you substitute to this equation, you can get all this equation. And then you rearrange I to the left hand side, which is this one, and other thing in the same. So you rearrange big I with respect to I to the right hand side. So you can get last equation with this one. So uh yeah, this is the derivation of IS curve. So next question, find the slope of IS curve. So you get the IS curve equation. You can get the slope directly, which is the variable on the in the front of the y. So it is C1 minus 1 uh, divided by I with respect to I, small I. So it is equal to minus 1 divided by k multiplied by I subscript to small I, which is k is the multiplier. So next, derive the LM curve that IM equation that shows how I and Y are related. So first, when LM derive, it is you can like first you would like to uh use the money supply curve equal to money demand curve, which is M divided by P equal to L equation. So you can get this one from the information above, this one and this one. You can get this one. Yeah. So next, uh, same as the IS curve, you rearrange the I to the left-hand side. So you can get this one to the left-hand side and all the things uh, are the same. So you rearrange big L to the right-hand side so you can get the last equation like this. And then find the slope of LM curve. So slope of LM curve is the L which is L subscript to y and divided by L subscript to small I. So you can get this slope of LM curve. So next question, assume a closed economy with the government has the following parameter. So this one is the information are given and answer the following questions. A derive the IS equation. So IS equation start with y equals to c plus I plus g. So the equation give you some information, this one, and you can substitute to the equation right away. So you rearrange some of the medical problems. So you can get y equals to 100 plus 0.5 y minus 20 plus 80 minus 100 I plus 40. So you rearrange I to the left hand side. 100 I equals to 200 minus 0.5 y. So you can get I equal to 2 minus 0.005 y in the IS equation. Next, LM equation, you start with money supply is equal to money demand. So it is M divided by P and L equation. So the information are given that L is equal to 0.5 y minus 200 I. So it's equal to M divided by P. So it is 400 divided by 2. So you rearrange I to the left-hand side. So you can get 200 I equal to 0.5 Y minus 200. So you can get I equals to minus 1 plus 0.0025 Y. So next question, find the general equilibrium output and interest rate. So I suppose the output equilibrium is Y star and interest rate equilibrium is I star. So let's get started. You should bring the IS equation and LM equation in the following A and B equation to this C subquestion. So IS is I equal to 2 minus 0.005. So LM is I equal to minus I plus 0.0025y. So you bring two of them to be equal. So you can get Y star by the medical problems. So you can get 400 of output equilibrium. So you bring the 400 uh, equals to output equilibrium to substitute in to get the equilibrium interest rate. So you can get 0. So last question. 6. What can be said about the slope of the IS or LM curve in each case? Flat or steep? First, A. Consumer have high MPC. It is the multiplier increase. So the slope of IS minus 1 divided by K multiplied by I and subscript to small I is decreased. So when the slope of IS decrease, it is expected to be the flat IS curve. Next, investment is not sensitive to change in interest rate. So it is the low I subscript to small I. So it affect on the slope of IS. This one, sorry, this one. So slope of IS is increased. So you can get steep IS in the summary. So next, money demand is very sensitive to change in interest rate. So it refers to high L subscript to small I. So its effect on the slope of LM curve, which is decreased. So when slope of LM is decreased, you can get flat LM curve. Lastly, money demand is very sensitive to changes in income. So it is high L subscript to Y, which is affect only LM slope, which is increased. So when slope of LM increase, it's lead to steep LM curve in the end. So this is for today. So feel free to give me some question or suggestion. Thank you for listening. Thank you.